to introduce Dr. Shantatma, MD. He's a medical doctor, and he's actually quite a well-known speaker around the Baltic area. Often goes to Russia, Baltic states, goes a lot in Finland, and speaks about a wide variety of subjects. It's not only yoga, meditation, and asanas, but he's actually the editor of the Rosicrucian magazine in Helsinki. And his CV is very long. I'll just tell you one thing, I was impressed. When he told me he's the departmental head of the pain clinic at Helsinki University.
Yes, thank you, and namaskar to all of you on my behalf. So I was giving the same class Easter retreat and in Madhukaruna last year, and because the topic of this seminar is chakras, or my topic is chakras and emotions, so I will this time talk more about vrittis related to chakras. So I will not talk so much about the physiology and glands as I used to do before, but I guess for most of you this is a new class, so it doesn't matter if I'm repeating a little about the hormone secretion and glands. And I took the liberty to add third subject, and that's sadhana. How these chakras, how they relate to our sadhana, because I feel that that's the most important thing that we should know. Like, and Dada Shampusivananda was referring yesterday that Baba said in the yoga psychology that we should know the location of each nerve cell in our brain in order that our sadhana should be successful. So I feel that we should also know our chakras, we should know the vrittis or emotions related to those chakras, and we should, in our daily life, we should learn how to control those expressions. There is a lot of things to be researched still. I mean, we have 16 points, we have Panchadasa Sila, we have workers' rules, 14 points, 1 point local. We have so many conduct rules that how these conduct rules help us in controlling these emotions. It would be a rather thrilling subject to take. I have not had time to deal that subject, but I will talk something about the vrittis or emotions. So I think all of you know the basic concept of chakras. So I cannot really say how old concept. Of course, our books say that it's thousands of years old concept. That maybe it was known during the time of Shiva, and in Indian philosophy or yogic practices, it has been known for thousands of years. Scientifically speaking, I don't know actually when there is a first picture or description of chakras, I mean historically, but I can say that it's a very old subject. And what makes it interesting, this is actually how they are usually depicted, that they are kind of energy centers, or like they show in these Asian drawings that they are rather like flowers, lotus flowers on human body, and they have different number of petals. I will come to that point later. But what is the most interesting thing, that when you look the places of these chakras, so all these higher 6 chakras, they correspond to our endocrine glands in our human body. This lowermost Muladhara does not have any endocrine gland, and I will explain a little about that. But all these other chakras, just at the same places, there are major endocrine glands. And what makes it most interesting thing, that these endocrine glands, they have been known only for the last, I would say 100 or 150 years, when they developed microscopes and blood analysis here in the West. Then they could discover that the small tissues in human body, they are actually very important organs, that without them we could not even survive. That, of course, these ancient Chinese or Indians, of course, they had a knowledge of anatomy. They could dissect a dead body, but they could not, if we consider their level of scientific knowledge or empirical knowledge, they could not figure out that the small glands, that they could be somehow important. Of course, when you cut open a dead body, you can imagine that the lungs or heart or stomach, that they are important, but these glands, they are very, very small tissues. And I believe that they had a kind of a method that was more subtle than our method of microscopes and blood test, or simply seeing by their physical eyes. I believe that they had a kind of a subtle vision, a kind of a clairvoyance, that they could see not only this physical element,